O light of the covenant, ever-burning flame, I kneel in awe of what you have granted me. You raised a lowly monk from obscurity and clad him in honor. You gave me the means to gather brothers in arms, not for conquest, but for defense, not for glory, but for mercy. You moved the heart of a king to grant us purpose. You filled our coffers with what was needed. You gave strength to our hands and courage to our hearts. And now, O guiding flame, I ask one thing more. A home. A stronghold from which the knights of the risen dawn may keep watch, not to rule, but to serve. Let it be a place of prayer and discipline, a refuge for the helpless, a sanctuary for justice. Light the path before us once again, and if it is your will, grant us a seat from which to shield this land. So swears Brother Aurelian, knight and servant of the dawn. Good day, you bunch of absolute legends, and welcome back to the Monk and Knight mod spotlight of Bannerlord with the ChatAI app. It's been a long time, and I apologize. In the previous 2 episodes, we gained a knighthood, we gained the funds necessary to fund an order, we created the troop roster, and we got permission from Dertha to create an order. There's one more objective before we can wrap this mod spotlight up, and that is to gain a settlement. In this game, there are castles which have bound villages, so this Draktorai castle is probably, it has Gamadan as its village. You can't control a village directly unless you control a castle. Or a city, like Lagata here. They have bound villages as well. In the original Mount and Blade, you could control a village directly, but now you have to own the settlement that it is bound to. Thankfully, because we are an unlanded vassal, the game usually, if the NPCs in the game capture, well, basically, if your faction will capture a settlement and you personally don't have one, there is a good chance that they will actually give it to you. But we are going to try, since we are at war with the, I believe this is the Western Empire. Yep, it is the Western Empire. We're going to attach ourselves to Ingolfa. And we are going to hope... he's taking us to Thracto Castle for a siege. We're going to attack it. Hopefully it'll be an easy conquest. And then, once that is done, hopefully they'll give it to us. Oh, and we're attacking it already. Well, I'm going to not show the fight because that would be boring. I'm going to stop the video now and we'll pick back up when it is done. See you. Actually, I decided I would show a little bit of the battle. As you can see, because it is a siege, we do have siege equipment. This ram specifically. I'm going to get into position and start moving it myself because, you know, I'm a knight who does stuff. How it works is you can have 3 pieces of actual siege engines in the sense of ones. You can have up to 4 ballistae or catapults or trebuchets, and you can have them actually attacking if you have them built while you do the battle. And you can, using the trebuchets, you can actually catapult down the enemy's walls, make gaps in them. But because we haven't done that, we have to actually move the siege equipment up to, because it's a ram, the gates. And we also, I think we have siege towers. Or maybe we don't, but you can move siege towers as well, and if you get to the walls, obviously you can deploy the siege towers, and the enemy will be trying to do as much as they can to try and stop us, because it's a lot easier to repel an enemy at your gates if they can't batter down the gates. However, thankfully, it seems like these Western Empire characters don't have any catapults, so they won't be able to stop us. Also, you don't necessarily need to have siege engines. It is possible to take it, it's very difficult, but it is possible to take it, or an enemy settlement using just ladders, which your men will automatically deploy. And I will just show them battering down this gate, and then once we get in, you see there is another gate behind that. The men will start attacking it with their weapons, and then the slaughter begins. Anyway, I'm going to stop now and come back when we finish. We're back. I decided that since it's quite likely that they will just grant me this castle after we win. I decided to show the battle after all. We just broke through the gates. If you look at the top there, that shows the balance of power. The balance is very much in our favor. And also the bars, they represent how many troops you have deployed. As you can see, the Empire does not have that many. We have a lot because we outnumbered them by quite a significant margin. But yes. One hiding in there. Well, we're attacking them on multiple fronts, so it would be almost impossible to lose this fight. At this point, because there are so many of our troops enveloping theirs, it's pretty much get in. Well, if you can get in any hits, do so, but if you can't, oh well. I'm not in command of this siege because I didn't start it, and I don't have the army under my control, so they're not following my orders. But you see how this, not this guy, but that guy is just standing there. Sometimes with sieges, this is sort of a, it's not necessarily actually it is a bug, I guess. There will be an enemy troop who's in an impossible to reach location, like they might be standing or clipping behind something and your troops can't reach them. We won the battle. And because of this, the battle won't actually end, so I think that's an acceptable, if you're not doing an Iron Man run, it's an acceptable time to use the knockout all enemies feature. Anyway, we've won. Sometimes the enemy, if they get enough people in the keep, you will have to fight them there, but anyway. My party didn't even make have a single death. And it says kills, but in theory we shouldn't be killing anyone because we all have blunt weapons. Let's take the prisoner. No, actually, you know what? Aurelian is feeling merciful. He will decide to release the prisoners. But he will promote his men. We will take the standards that they dropped. Did they drop any horses? No, they probably wouldn't, nor any food is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I was trying to say supplies. Has been taken. Yo! Oh, Engulfer, you horrible, horrible man. It will remain under our control, but it looks like he's decided to devastate it. Oh well. If you're in command of the siege, then you can decide what to do with it. And being merciful is a nice option, but it drains morale. Because, you know, you're denying your men the right to loot and add to their pockets. Now, because we took it, the War Council decides who gets it, because it isn't decided officially by Dirthid or your faction leader. Now, I'm going to save, because I'm really hopeful that they're going to give it to me. There is a chance they don't, and if it is, I have to keep playing until we do. Yes! Mission complete. Now, as you can see, there are 3 candidates. But most of the council, and by the council they mean any vassal, the heads of the clan leaders of all the vassals, they have all decided for me, probably because I don't have a settlement of my own. But we can actually vote in this, depending on how much influence you have. We don't have all that much, but we could, if say a decision was happening which we didn't agree with, we could try and swing it in the favor of somebody else or something else, like if it's a war declaration. However, we're going to abstain. The thing is, if you choose to make a decision, whoever you're voting against will not like you. As you can see, this would cause Berican to like us, but Ingolfer would not, because he's the other candidate. But we're just going to abstain. De Servus. Our clan has been given control of the... Well, he's given it to me. And therefore, that means we're done. Well, that's it. We have now completed all the goals that I set forth for this campaign. I'm sorry it took so long to make. However, the question is, do viewers, and I realize I don't have that many, but I'm going to open it up because there are some people who do comment. Do you want me to continue this Let's Play or this mod spotlight as what I'm going to call a forged path? That is where I use some acceleration to skip grind, but within the role of a narrative, because I'm going to have three things. I'm going to have Let's Plays, which are pure, as close to the basic settings as possible. No, if there is grind, you have to go through it. No cheats, no exploits, that sort of thing. There will be Forged Path, where I use some acceleration, some exploits, some things in order to skip grind, but within a reasonable level. And then there will be mod spotlights where I use any methods at my disposal in order to hurry along the story to showcase the mod. Anyway, we are the new owner of Thractori Castle. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. And I'm just going to take you through the options. This rebuild settlement thing is, we can rename it because I have a mod that allows you to build your own buildings. But anyway, this is the management screen. A governor. We can appoint someone as a governor, and their skills will enhance things about your settlement. Like if they have high steward or charm or leadership, that your taxation the amount of tax you bring in might increase. Like as you can see, it has all the perks under where it says governor perks, that sort of thing. But the thing is, loyalty is also an issue. If as you can see, it says owner culture -3. That's because we are Vlandian and this is Imperial land, so they don't like us because we're not the people who naturally belong to the settlement. But that will always be there because we can't change our culture, except maybe with cheats, but we're not doing that. If you appoint a governor who is from the same faction, the same culture that the faction belongs to, you will get a +1 to your loyalty. As you can see, the expected changes are 0.73 a day, and that depends on things like security. As you can see there, the more troops you have in the garrison, and that improves security, but if you have too many, it'll drain your food, so you have to balance it all out. The food is obviously there. We have a surplus to food. Militia, that goes up on its own depending on things. Depending on factors like the amount of food you have, whether the villagers that are bound to the settlement have been raised or not, because enemies will do that. And the garrison that you actually install yourself. And you can adjust that, or you can set a budget, and it will automatically replenish based on the budget you assign to it. So what I'm going to do is Oh, also, this is important. If your loyalty is too low, the workers in your settlement will not build. So it's important to keep it high enough. I think if it's lower than 20, they won't build. So, 91 days, that's... You see, normally when I do this, I use the cheat that makes it all go in 1 day. Fairgrounds increases the loyalty, so I think what I'll do is I'll restructure this. Use this option on the right to restart the settlement building options. So, or not restart them, but the queue. So, the fairgrounds will be the first one, which will take 133 in-game days of time. Then the walls. No, then the siege workshop, then the walls. The workshops. Militia grounds. The training fields. Gardens. The granary. The castellan's office. Barracks. And then the toll collectors. And as you can see, some of these things, well, the walls are level 1. The siege workshop is level 2. It goes up to 3 levels. And all of these, none of them have been built. This is a very underdeveloped castle. It's probably why they gave it to me. But anyway, in 133 in-game days. That should be complete, assuming there are no problems with loyalty. But yeah, if you have a good enough governor, then that can speed it up. Or if you yourself have a perk that speeds up things because you own the settlement, that will apply. And this is a reserve which you can add money to boost the construction. I'm going to put in 14,000. That way our amount of money is 120,000, which was the amount I said I needed to run this army. But yeah, I suppose the next things to do, if I were to do this as a proper Let's Play, would be to install a governor, fight whatever wars we participate in, and well, just go about playing the game and seeing where we go. However, what I'm going to do now, because... and I'm going to put this on video so that you're all witness to this, I'm changing the cheats so that it is in the default mode. It's all base level now. And that's how it shall stay for the Let's Play, if you decide that that's what we're doing. And I think, really, that is all that needs to be said. Thank you, everyone, for watching this mod spotlight. I hope you enjoyed ChatAI. It adds a ton to roleplay. If you want this series to continue into a Let's Play, please let me know. And please, by all means, subscribe to this channel. It helps a lot. Thank you very much. And no matter where you are in the world, have a good day. O eternal flame, beacon of the covenant, from cloister to battlefield you have led me. From silence to steel you have shaped me. And now by your grace these walls rise beneath my feet. This stronghold is not mine, it is yours. A place of order, a place of mercy. A place where blades are not drawn in wrath, but in defense of the helpless. Let it be a bastion of light in a darkened land. Let the banner of the risen dawn fly high, not for pride, but as a promise. If I am to lead, let me serve. If I must fight, let me never forget peace. And if this be only the beginning, then grant me the strength to walk the road ahead, in faith, in honor, and in unyielding love of the light. So swears Aurelian, humble knight of the risen dawn.